What's going on, Blue Crew? It's your boy Big Blue here with another Borderlands 3 video. So today I have a different one for you guys. I have a moze build. I know, right? Everybody's been asking me to do other builds, Zane and moze. Haven't got many flak requests, but I've got a lot of requests, so here is my attempt at a moze build. I hope you guys do enjoy it. If you do, I got most of my life stuff from my grenade also. If you do like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to join the Blue Crew. But without any further ado, guys, let's get into the video. Hit the intro. So, moze. I think moze is pretty dope now, honestly. She does some crazy damage if you're actually able to make a nice build with her. The main reason I'm throwing those grenades all the time, again, like I said earlier, is for Vampire. That's how I'm getting most of my life steal. The Soul Reaver, actually does splash damage with those skulls. So every time I do those skulls, I'm getting splash damage, but I'm holding on the trigger. That way I actually get my Blastmaster class mod, and it increases my splash damage up to 100%. You only get that maximum of 100% once you've held it for 60 seconds. With this build, I think I can get close, but I'm not sure if I can get to 60 seconds, but you honestly don't need to. This is a kinetic version, and the explosive does enough damage to drop everything, shields included. This is just the mobbing weapon also. This isn't my actual boss killing weapon, but I will show you how this weapon does against the boss, even though this is a mobbing weapon. With the bossing weapon, you will have to get out of Iron Bear. You know, I know you'll have to get in just to get out. I know that's annoying, but I'm still very new to moze, and this is what I have so far. If I could have got a consecutive hits, I could have Kipsworth, I could have made it better, but I didn't, so I had to use this way. I'm still very happy with the results, and I don't have many complaints, but I've seen a lot of those infinite magazine modes and this and that modes, and I was like, I want to make one. And I made that SOULRENDER build with Amara, with the Breaker style, the Berserker style that I like. And I really like the SOULRENDER as a gun, so I thought I'd try it with moze, and I really liked it. And I realized those skulls did splash damage when I played with Amara, so it just helped me really make a good moze build, I think, and I'm happy I did it. Again, this is just the mobbing gun. It does have consecutive hits on it, so it is adding up, that is true. But you'll see how much faster I do kill it with my boss killing weapon, that Kipsworth I was talking about. Now I'm going to show you with the Kipsworth. My modifiers are neutral, as you can see, nothing crazy, and he takes 25% less damage from critical hits. And I still think I'm going to kill him faster than I killed him before. If not, if you have one or the other, you could make this build work without. Granted, it will be a lot harder to use this build in the takedown if you don't have this Kipsworth. Again, I throw those grenades to make sure I get my life steal back, and you see what, half a second his shields were gone, and about 2 seconds his health was gone. It took me no time at all based off of splash damage and the Blastmaster class mod, where the longer I hold the trigger down, the more splash damage I do, and I just continue to increase that splash damage. That was my main focus in this whole tree, in this whole build, excuse me. So I am going to start trying to be more live on Twitch. So if you're not following the channel on Twitch, you should go ahead and follow me, because I'm going to start making builds over there and building them while I'm live. That way you guys can help me build, and we can make some builds together, doing some boss farming. Probably while this red chest event is happening right now, you'll see me online. So just come chill with me. We can talk about anime, we can talk about smoke, we can talk about whatever you want. I'm just down to have a good time and enjoy some time with you guys. So as long as I'm throwing grenades, I will stay alive, but if I stop throwing those grenades, it's how I get all of my life steal. So you can see right here that I have no life, and as long as I throw grenades, I'm able to sustain myself and stay alive. Just barely, but I'm able to do it. The grenade mod is very important in this build. It's one of the most important things, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna jump in Iron Bear one more time so I can get that damage and splash damage anointment. Alright, now I'm gonna go ahead and try to finish this off. Cool, takedown confirmed. Alright, now we're gonna actually go over the build so I can tell you guys what I did and you can see what I did and see how it works. Okay guys, let's go over the build. In case you do have to fight fire enemies, that's why I have this Cutsman here with the consecutive hits. It seems like that's the best anointment for moze, so I'm going to stick with that for most of my videos. But for bosses, this is the one you seen me try on Trant earlier. This Kibsworth, great splash damage weapon, using a lot of moze builds actually. But I'm using one with that splash damage anointment 160% afterwards because it'll help me just melt down bosses a lot faster. Granted, you did see me do it with the Disciplined SOULRENDER and you've seen how well it did. Also has consecutive hits on there. So this works if you don't have this. But these two together work really well. The Scourge has a multitude of reasons you could use it. You could use it for mobbing if you wanted. You could use it for bossing if you wanted. It's just, it ties in very well to the build. I'm using a stopgap on moze. It has corrosive resistance. After exiting Iron Barrier, I gained 75% increased shields and 25% health. And health for 25 seconds, excuse me. So it's really useful just for some extra sustain to stay alive. Blast Master. This is almost impossible without this Blast Master. And I have one with that increased if you get a critical, you reload 10% of your magazine. Let's see, I'm still new to moze, so. Redistribution. After moze scores a critical hit, she regenerates ammo for a few seconds. Ammo regeneration is 10% of the magazine, so it's very useful. It has assault rifle damage, SMG damage, which I use assault rifles and SMGs mainly. I do have one that has splash damage on it, like this one here, but it seems like this one works better, so I'm gonna stick with this one. I'm using a Pearl with 50% magazine size and area of effect damage. Using the cloning maddening tracker with that weapon thrown grenade damage, action skill damage, and weapon damage is increased by 25% for 6 seconds. Just shoveling out more damage is about as much damage as I can get with moze, because from everything I've seen before, it seemed like she wasn't a big damage dealing class. So I wanted to change that, or at least try to. Okay, going into the actual build. Starting in the bottomless mags tree, I have Cloud of Lead. I have this just for the incinerator damage. I needed to go down the tree to get more damage, so I had to get something. Stoke the Embers, extra incinerator damage again. Redistribution is actually important. I get those critical hits that regen my magazine, which in turns with the Blast Master gives me more splash damage. If you hold it, I believe, up to 60 seconds is how you get maximum splash damage. But I've never needed to hold it that long, so. Scrappy, I have 1 point just so I can go farther down the tree. If you do have to switch between your weapons a lot, this will come in handy. Using Scorching RPMs for the critical hit damage. Fire rate is nice, but I don't really need it, honestly. Iron Bank just for that magazine size again, that way I never have to reload. If you did want to get more damage out of Iron Bear, make it a little bit more usable, you could put a point into a Specialist Bear and take a point out of Scrappy. It wouldn't really hurt anything, honestly. This is really important actually. Some for the road, excuse me. Moze gains infinite ammo for a few seconds after exiting Iron Bear. 5 seconds is really nice because about time that's over, whatever I'm fighting, it's over, so works out well. Excuse me. In the Shield of Retribution tree, I do only have 2 skills, and it's Armored Infantry just for that extra damage. And I'm using Drowning and Brass just for extra damage. Only 2 things out of this tree I got. I didn't really go shield heavy. I went for regen with the grenades because I do a lot of grenades. In the Demolition Woman tree, I have 5 points into Fire in the Skag Den, bonus incinerator damage. I am increasing my incinerator damage quite a bit, but it's not like I need to, but it helps. Means of Destruction for the ammo chance and that grenade chance when I deal splash damage, and I'm constantly dealing splash damage, so. Using Grizzle for the action skill cooldown time, case I do need to use Iron Bear, which you've seen in some boss fights like Votan, I did need to use it. But most of the time I won't even have to use Iron Bear. Using Pull the Holy Pin just for that crit chance with my grenades, 50%, it's not too bad. And I'm gonna have Auto Bear just for when I exit out of him. He's still there, he's shooting it, he does blow up and cause splash damage, which is also nice. I'm using Vampire just to restore some of my health. That's why I need, that's why I'm trying to get Means of Destruction. So Means of Destruction is so important because I get more health regen because of it and because of critical hit damage. And I'm able to get more grenades. So these all three work in tandem. Explosive Punctuation, just action skill cooldown rate with splash damage, and I'm doing splash damage all the time. Last but not least, I have Short Fuse for that secondary explosion chance on enemies and that secondary explosion damage. Really nice skill to have just because it increases that splash damage on enemies. Explosion, splash damage, they work in tandem, so I think it's nice to have that. This was my first moze build, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you are new to the channel, like, share, and subscribe. If you want to see more moze or Amara content at the moment, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and stick around with us. I am going to start trying to do more of like where to farm or like when new updates come out, do more specials on that kind of stuff instead of just builds. So look out for that kind of stuff. Blue Crew, as always, stay medicated, stay elevated. Till the next video, take it easy.